Welcome to StarScene Central. Exciting updates about Ben Affleck coming up. Don't miss out. Like and subscribe for more celebrity news. It's not every day that a movie from over 2 decades ago suddenly catches fire on Netflix, but that's exactly what's happening with the 2003 sci-fi thriller Paycheck. Originally released to modest box office numbers and lukewarm reviews, the film is experiencing an unexpected resurgence, landing in the global top 10 on Netflix. Directed by the legendary action filmmaker John Woo, Paycheck is a futuristic thriller packed with intrigue, mind-wiping technology, and high-stakes corporate espionage. While it never quite hit the blockbuster status of other sci-fi classics at the time, its current revival suggests a fresh wave of curiosity, or maybe nostalgia, is pushing new viewers to give this forgotten film another chance. Set in a near-future world where corporations hire specialized engineers to reverse engineer technology from their competitors, the plot centers on a man who agrees to have his memory wiped after completing each secretive job. The twist? After his latest assignment, he wakes up with no recollection of what he's done and finds himself being hunted. As he tries to piece together the clues he's left for himself, he begins to unravel a conspiracy that reaches far beyond anything he could have anticipated. The story, based on a short work by sci-fi legend Philip K. Dick, the same author behind Blade Runner and Minority Report, had all the ingredients of a cerebral sci-fi hit: memory manipulation, futuristic tech, and philosophical undertones about identity and free will. Despite those compelling elements, Paycheck didn't make much of a splash back in 2003. It grossed around $117 million worldwide, which isn't terrible, but when compared to the expectations and the source material's pedigree, it felt underwhelming. Part of the criticism at the time focused on John Woo's direction, with many feeling his signature style, think slow-motion shootouts and dramatic action beats, didn't quite gel with the more cerebral, speculative tone that Philip K. Dick's stories typically demand. That said, Woo's stylized flair does add a unique texture to the film, especially now that it's being rewatched in a different cinematic era. In fact, what may have felt jarring or out of place in 2003 might be exactly what makes Paycheck stand out to today's streaming audiences. Another interesting behind-the-scenes tidbit is that the lead role was originally offered to Matt Damon, who declined because he had just played a memory-impaired character in The Bourne Identity. That decision ultimately paved the way for the casting we now associate with the film. And while Paycheck was arguably the most successful of 3 major releases that year from its lead star, it was up against the critically panned Geely and the polarizing Daredevil. It never really found a devoted audience. Until now. Today, with the benefit of hindsight and the ease of access through streaming platforms, audiences seem to be reassessing Paycheck more generously. Whether it's the appeal of vintage sci-fi, curiosity about the actor's earlier work, or simply the algorithm nudging people to check it out, the film is enjoying a well-deserved moment in the spotlight. It's a great reminder that sometimes films age differently than we expect. What might not resonate in one era can suddenly feel timely or intriguing in another. In a cinematic landscape where legacy franchises and sequels often dominate the box office and streaming charts, the quiet comeback of Paycheck is both surprising and oddly satisfying. It's a second chance for a film that got lost in the shuffle of early 2000s Hollywood, a chance for audiences to view it with fresh eyes. Whether you're a fan of twisty sci-fi narratives, stylish action, or simply curious to explore a lesser-known adaptation of a Philip K. Dick story, Paycheck is definitely worth the stream. Thanks for watching.